Wasatch leads 1-0 after scoring 1 in the top of the first on a single from Chet Wilson and then a triple by Jackson Bolender. And now puts the leadoff guy on. No freebies yesterday for Jackson Kelson. This is going to be a ground ball, and it's a base knock through the 5-6 hole for Esplin. Barrett thinks about advancing to third base. Tragan Shaw does a good job of getting that ball in, and Springville has things rolling with 2 base runners right off the bat.
Yeah, this is a good team, Tyler. Again, Springville only coming in 2-8 in region play. But you and I know that that's a little bit of an illusion of a record. This team can really play. They've got some talented players, especially in the middle of their lineup here. Esplin's had a little bit of a down year, but the kid can play, hitting in the 2-hole, the single there, Ty. But now you get to 3-4, and these guys can really swing it.
It's going to be Averett. Averett yesterday in the box, 0 for 3 with a K. He's hitting .294 on the year. He's going to step out of the box, and we'll reset. Again, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first. The bottom of the first brought to you by Mountain Refined. First pitch of the at-bat is a curveball in there for strike 1.
Casey Anderson, Tyler's coming off probably his best game of his career. 7 innings pitched, 7+ innings pitched as he went into the 8th inning in that extra inning win over Salem Hills. And it was just a gem for sure. See how he responds coming back. He's got to be having a lot of confidence right now coming into this game.
Fastball too far up in the zone, moves the count to 1-1. Infield playing double play depth. Jackson Bolender in front of the base runner on first base. Chet even with the bag at third. One look, the 1-1 is another curveball, swung on and missed by Averett. And it moves the count to 1-2.
Well, that'll give him something to think about, Tyler. Way ahead of that one. And so Casey's got some options now with that curveball now in the mind of Averett. Can try to come back hard on the inside, maybe extend a little bit farther out with the breaking pitch.
He's going to go with another breaking pitch. It's going to be a lazy lazy fly ball to the infield. Jag Blute's going to settle underneath. A little bit of a fight between Jag and Jackson.
Bolender wanted that one, and Jag took it away from him. Good job for Bolender to surrender there at the end. That is the middle infielder's ball, Ty.
It's going to bring up Luwaki. Luwaki yesterday in the box went 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. Had a single up the middle in his first at-bat, then struck out twice. Had a big strikeout in the top of the 7th after the leadoff double. Slider off the plate for ball 1. Crew Erickson's going to come to the mound.
Craig McPhee, that is.
4 runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. What a play. 6-4-3 double play to end the first. We're up 1-0. Wasatch leads here on 94.5 The Peak.
Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the second here at Springville High School, brought to you by Wasatch Back Flooring. From the customers of Wasatch Back, from start to finish, the entire transaction was honest, professional, and meticulous. Highly recommend Wasatch Back Flooring and Paint. Thanks, Dan, and your team. Leading off the top of the second will be Tragan Shaw, hitting from the left-hand side. Did not hit yesterday. Comes in hitting .349 on the year, 11 RBIs, 5 extra base hits. On the mound for Springville is Esplin. Threw well last year against Wasatch, also throwing from the left-hand side just like Barrett. Ground or fly ball is going to go foul by the third base side, and we'll reset at 1-1. Your Bank of Utah batting lineup today for the Wasps: Crew Erickson, Alex Gutierrez, Chet Wilson, Jackson Bolender, Jag Bluth, Cole Zimmerman, Craig McPhee, Tragan Shaw, and Carter Bucad. Wasatch leads 1-0 after 1 inning of play. The 1-1 is a high fastball that Tragan will take a hack at and miss. Moves the count to 1-2. Recap of that first inning. Crew Erickson led off the inning with a strikeout. Alex Gutierrez flew out to left field. Then Wasatch got it done with 2 outs. Chet Wilson singled up the middle, and then Jackson Bolender with a triple over the right fielder's head brought in. Chet Wilson then back-to-back walks, had the bases loaded before a strikeout to end the inning. High and outside for ball 2, moves the count to 2-2 for the leadoff batter here in the top of the second. Esplin digs a little bit in the glove, delivers the 2-2. It's a curveball. It's swung on by Tragan Shaw. Lazy fly ball into the Bermuda Triangle, but the left fielder, who is Barrett, comes up and makes the grab. And Wasatch has the first out here in the top of the second.
Looked like that one was going to find a way down for a second, Tyler. Good speed there from Barrett to close out, though, and get that ball.
Good ball player, Ty. He's just a good ball player. To recap yesterday, 6 innings pitched by Barrett with 14 strikeouts. Jackson Kelson threw the complete game, and he had 8 strikeouts, so 22 strikeouts between the two of them, and only 3 runs scored. Curveball here on the outside corner for strike 1 from Esplin. Carter Bucad 0 for 2 yesterday, but did put both balls in play. There was only 7 total balls put in play yesterday by the Wasatch batting lineup. Hitting .212 on the year, 8 RBIs, 9 runs scored. 1-1 now the count. Crew Erickson on deck for the Wasps. 1-1, 1 out. Fastball swung on. Right field. And the right fielder comes up and makes the grab. That will be Lister. So back-to-back fly outs to the outfield for Wasatch here in the top of the second. And that brings us back to the top of the lineup. Crew Erickson, 1 for 3 yesterday with a run. Did strike out twice. Struck out in his first at-bat today. Hitting over 400, 24 runs scored, and a .487 on-base percentage for Crew on the year.
Now the Springville outfield daring the bottom of the lineup, Tyler, to hit it over their head, playing shallow on both Tragan and Carter. Both of those guys are capable of putting it over the outfielders' heads. See if the Springville Red Devils continue to play shallow on them.
Crew's going to take a hack, and he's going to go right down the first baseline, just foul. Moves back the count to 0-2. 0-2. Had a called strike on the first pitch, now a foul ball that just goes foul. 0-2 now the count here with 2 outs. Wasatch was able to generate a 1 with 2 outs in the first. 0-2 pitch, high and outside. We'll reset at 1-2. Decent weather down here at Springville High. A little bit of a breeze in our face as we face the left field side today. Some cloud cover as well. Curveball's going to be swung on. This one's driven to right field. And that ball's down. Crew Erickson's rounding first. He's going to take a chance at a triple. No, he'll stop at second base. So a triple with 2 outs and a double with 2 outs here in the second. And Wasatch has a duck on the pond for Alex Gutierrez.
Nice piece of hitting there from Crew. The entire at bat, Tyler, he was looking to drive that ball to right field. You could see in his approach and the way he was swinging, just disciplined. Had a lefty up, a lefty that's throwing a little more softy, which sometimes you can have a little temptation to try to pull it to the gap if you're a pull side hitter, but Crew just staying disciplined. Good ball player. Gives Wasatch a chance to strike with 2 outs again.
Going to bring up Alex Gutierrez. Was 0 for 2 yesterday, but did put the ball in play both times. Takes outside. Sorry, I thought that was a strike. He's going to take a ball on the outside.
Well, it looked like the umpire was coming up to call it too, didn't he?
Good umpire today, Ty. I forget his name,
Yeah,
but a good
too,
umpire.
Yeah,
he called our game, the playing game against Provo a couple of years ago. An experienced umpire here at Wasatch Springville.
Yeah, and that's a nice luxury to have, right? It's an important thing to get a good umpire here. There's limited numbers. It's hard to find umpires in the game right now, Tyler. Not a lot of people want to do that.
Curveball is elevated to center field. Center fielder will come up and make the grab. So Wasatch scores no runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base as it is still 1-0 for Wasatch as we go into the bottom of the second.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice. 5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Back at it here in the bottom of the second, brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. Up now for the Springville Red Devils will be the catcher Polson. Had the lone RBI yesterday for the Red Devils in the top of the seventh. He'll take ball one. Casey comes back with a curveball. Polson wanted it, but he's going to hold back, and it moves the count to 2-0. Casey faced 4 batters there in the top of the first. Hit the first batter, gave up a single, then got a pop out and then a double play ball, and it was a nice double play ball that Carter Bucad turned with Jack Bluth.
Yeah, you said probably the best one of the year, Tyler. You really liked that play going deep into the hole. You talked about the drop step from Bucad. It was just pretty all the way around. How about that breaking pitch working for Casey right now? He's dropping that off the table underneath the bat.
When he's got the slider going as well, Ty, fastball's been a little bit all over the place, but he'll settle down with the fastball. The 2-2 now to Polson is that curveball. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Bucad fields it, throws it over to Bolender, and Wasatch has the first out of the inning.
Well, Ty, Carter Bucad is building in confidence and building in range, and he is becoming a real treat to watch when you come out to the baseball diamond. I was really blown away watching him in the first game against Springville this week, watching his prep step and just his feel for the game, where he's getting legitimately a step or two advancing in the direction where the ball is going before the ball even crosses home plate. He is seeing the game before it's actually happening, and he's just playing an excellent shortstop right now for the Wasps.
First baseman Gage is now up for the Red Devils. 0 for 3 yesterday with a K. Takes ball one, now ball two. Ball one was on the inside. Outside was the second pitch. Your outfield today again, Tragan Shaw in left, Crew Erickson in right, and Cole Zimmerman Crew Erickson in center. Hard hop at Chet Wilson on the swing. He knocks it down, gathers himself, throws the ball across the diamond, and makes the play. Wasatch has 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Boy, it's been a long time since you've seen a third baseman do that, though, for Wasatch. Hasn't been Tyler. Chet held in there on a tough ground ball, bad hop, and that is tempting to bail out of the way. But Chet kept his body in front of it, knocked it down, had plenty of time to throw it over after knocking it down. That's a courage play there from Chet. That takes a lot of courage to stand there and take a hot ball that could come up and get you in the teeth like that.
Up now will be the second baseman, Ash. Did not play yesterday, only 10 at-bats on the year. He's 1 for 10 in those 10 at-bats. Let me try again on the outfield. Tragan Shaw in left, Crew Erickson in center, and Cole Zimmerman will be playing right field today. Craig Zimmerman gives me the thumbs up. He caught my mistake that I had. You said I make a lot of them. You got to start correcting me. Like that's your job. Is to
well, I guess
the
line I got to draw is I can't let you say a guy's throwing 99 is where our listeners heard it, and I'll have to come in there.
Slider there from Casey Anderson, swung on and missed. Moves the count to 1-2 with 2 outs. 1-2. Delivered, fastball too far outside, moves the count to 2-2. Deuces with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
That's a good idea from Casey there to come back, though. He's shown a lot of breaking pitches, starting to maybe look for that if you're Springville. Come back with a hard one and see if you can get it by him.
He goes back with the curveball, swung on and missed by Ash. That's the first physical at the Fit Stop strikeout of the game for Casey Anderson, and Wasatch retires the side. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Wasatch leads 1-0 here on 94.5 The Peak.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Third inning action brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. Your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today. Leading off the top of the third will be Chet Wilson, singled up the middle in his last at bat. He's going to swing at the first pitch, which is a curved ball. It's going to be elevated to center field. Center fielder's going to come underneath it. Can of corn catch. One pitch, one out for the Red Devils here in the top of the third. Chet on the year, 375 batting average, had 17 RBIs, has the lone run of the day for either team. Jackson Bolender tripled a lot to right field in his last at bat. Jack Bluth on depth. Bubbles did not play yesterday, comes in hitting .483, a .559 on base percentage, and now 10 RBIs on the year. Takes a fastball low in the count for ball one. Pitch is swung on and missed. A little bit ahead of that pitch. Moves count to 1-1. Bit of a changeup action, I believe, there from Esplin. Esplin mowed Wasatch for 4 innings last year before ultimately getting taken out of the game, and Wasatch was able to jump on the relief pitcher. 1-1 pitch is in there as well. Fouled off down the first base side. Moves count to 1-2. Back-to-back lefties on the mound for the Red Devils. Wasatch able to escape with a win yesterday on only 2 hits.
Two really good lefties as well, Tyler.
Nice swing here as it's another curveball up in the zone, and Jackson Bolender's feeling it. Another barrel over the over the shortstop, and so he follows up the triple with a 1-out single here in the top of the third. He's going to bring up Jack Bluth, who got down 0-2 in his at bat, but then fought back and earned a walk. Again, Wasatch leads 1-0. Top of the third, Wasatch was able to get one with 2 outs in the top of the first. Esplin comes set. Again, throwing from the left-hand side. Slide step curveball swung on and missed from Jack Bluth.
Yeah, it looked like what Jack was looking for, Tyler. But just couldn't quite get on the right plane to make contact on that one.
Wasatch a little bit more conservative or patient in the box against Barrett. They're going after a lot of first pitches here against Esplin. Another curveball is going to be swung on. This one gets away, and the umpire says he got a piece of that, and I don't agree. I think Jack missed that one pretty good. But he does call a foul ball, and Jackson Bolender is going to have to go back to first base as that ball had bounced away from the catcher.
Well, 2 potential options there, Tyler. Sending Bolender in motion, that's likely a hit-and-run play because I don't think you're straight-stilling Jackson Bolender. So Jack, that was a terrible pitch to be swinging at, and Jack knew it. So he's just trying to protect his guy on the hit-and-run and end up getting a piece of it, it looks like, and Bolender will have to go back. It's too bad because it would have been a stolen base. Jack probably would have let it go. Ball in the dirt's going to be hard to throw him out.
0-2 is swung on and fouled off, so Jack fighting off the close one. What would he set at 0-2 with 1 out here in the top of the third? Jackson Bolender on first after the single. Esplin comes with a curveball that's high, moves the count to 1-2. Didn't pause much on that one. We'll see if the umpires take a peek at that. Jack back in there. Curveball's been good from Esplin. It's kind of been a floating curveball. Wasatch has been able to get some bat barrels on it. Goes back with the curveball again up in the zone, moves the count to 2-2.
Ty, you remember how the Red Devils had one of the ugliest uniforms on Tuesday?
Yeah.
These have redeemed themselves. These ones look good. They're in the white pinstripes now. Red Devils across the front. This is a good old-fashioned, almost like what you'd picture Babe Ruth playing in out here. Pretty good-looking uni.
2-2 is a fastball on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Strikeout looking, third strikeout of the game for Esplin. Going to bring up Cole Zimmerman with 2 outs. Zimmerman as well walked in his first at bat. Was 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI. Comes in hitting .320 on the year.
Well, and Zimmerman really the lone guy that had success against Barrett on Tuesday, Tyler. Wasatch had only 2 hits. 1 was a bunt. Cole was the player that got the lone hit, putting it in play here. And it was a big one. It scored the first run for Wasatch.
Take strike 1 of the at bat. Cray McPhee on deck. He's behind the dish today for the Wasatch Wasps. The 0-1. Ooh, that one's close, but a little bit low, and that moves down to 1-1. Cole Zimmerman takes a step out. Coach Jacobson on the third base side gives out some signs. Esplin comes set. The 1-1, slide step, swung on, it's down the first base side. First baseman makes the play, steps on the first base.
Diving back to his glove side, Ty, that was a good play.
And Wasatch is retired. No runs on one hit, no errors. One runner is left on base as Wasatch still leads 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the third.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Flooring and Paints.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the third inning at Springville High School, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or visit gravitycoalition.com.
Right fielder Lister comes up to the plate. Did not play yesterday. He's 0 for 12 on the year. He's going to take ball 1 and ball 2. It's been a common theme for Casey. He's gotten down 2-0. Numerous batters so far in this ball game, but still only 7 batters faced through 2 innings. The 2-0 pitch is a curveball, not in there for a strike. So 3-0 now to the number 8 hitter from Springville. On deck for Springville will be the DH Thorpe. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. 2 for 3 on the season. Fastball's in there for a strike.
So a couple times already, Tyler, maybe seemingly unimportant if you're just casually watching, but Casey a few times has gotten to 2-0, and he's come back with a curveball both times when he's gotten to 2-0, and he's showing a lot of breaking pitches early on, which is okay. It's a good weapon, but going through the lineup a second and third time may be more tricky for Casey. He's showing that curveball and fastball counts.
3-2 pitch is a curveball again that's fouled off down the first base side. Will reset at a full count. Casey into the windup, the payoff pitch. Back to a curveball. He'll foul that one off over into the softball field. Wasatch softball coming off a huge win against Springville on Tuesday, dominating that game 12-2. Avenging one of their lone losses. This is going to be a ground ball to Chet Wilson. Wilson fields it, throws it across the diamond. It's low, but Jackson Bolender handles it, and Wasatch has the first out of the first.
Left side of the infield continues to just play good baseball, Tyler. Wilson and Bucad over the last few series have just been absolute nails over there. They have been totally solid, and they continue to make plays here early on in this one. Wasatch now 1 out in the top or bottom of the third inning against Springville.
It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Thorpe. Again, only came into yesterday's game 0 for 1. Had his hit yesterday. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's going to be a lazy ground ball once again to the third baseman. Chet fields it, throws it across the diamond. And Wasatch has 2 outs on back-to-back ground ball outs to Chet Wilson at third base.
Back to the top we go, Tyler. Barrett coming up to the plate. And you and I both kind of fall in love with this kid as a player, haven't we? Watching this kid, sophomore, number 11 for Springville, pitched on Tuesday, but don't let that distract you from the fact that he's got a really good bat here. Casey respecting it, coming with a breaking pitch down in the zone to start.
Yeah, took one to the right knee in his first at bat to earn a trip to the base pass. Didn't score. Takes ball 1 there. Comes back with a 1-0. Big swing and a miss on a fastball, and we'll reset at 1-1. On the year, Barrett currently hitting .250, was 1 for 3 yesterday, again with a double and the lone run scored. 1-1 count.
And I guess that's the caveat. As good of a player as he is, Ty, he's got some growth still in his game left to go, but you can see a lot of potential.
He's going to swing at the 1-1. It's going to be a line drive to right center field. Crew Erickson's going to come and cut it off and keep it to a single. But a good piece of hitting there once again from Barrett, hitting from the left-hand side. And Springville has a base runner on with 2 outs. It's going to bring up the other lefty, the other pitcher as well, Esplin. He singled through the 5-6 hole in his first at-bat, first hit of the series, 1 for 4 in the series now. Esplin on the year, a .400 batting average, 5 doubles and 2 triples. Good power to the gaps, hits from the right-hand side. He's going to swing at the first pitch. This one's elevated. There's a lot of foul territory, but this one's going to go too far foul, and that's going to be an 0-1 count now to Esplin.
Yeah, Esplin, he's someone when he was younger needed to coach him up, Tyler. He's got the dream. You're left-handed throwing, but you want to hit from the left side. It gets you a couple steps closer to first base. Someone put him on the wrong side when he was a kid. Now he's swinging from the right side, even though he's a lefty.
Curveball up in the zone, swung on and fouled straight back to the backstop. It's 0-2 count now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Wasatch leads 1-0. Casey shakes. Shakes again, now comes set. 0-2 pitch, Barrett takes off. It's a curveball outside, and Cray's not going to be in time. Good speed from Barrett, and not a great pitch to throw out on. And Springville has a duck on the pond with a 1-2 count.
Yeah, Ty, you're right. That pitch pulled Cray way outside. His momentum was actually carrying him towards first base dugout rather than towards second base. Not much of a chance to throw.
High late kick comes with the fastball. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off behind us, and we'll reset at 1-2. Good pitch there from Casey. Looked like he had a little bit more on that fastball. Esplin able to foul it off and survive. 1K on the game for Casey. Casey comes set, takes a look at Barrett at second, delivers on a slide step this time. It's a curveball. It's going to be poked through the 3-4 hole. Barrett's going to round third, trying to come home. Cole Zimmerman's throw not in time. It's going to be cut off by Jackson Bolender, and Springville ties the game up on a single to the right side by Esplin.
Good piece of hitting. Not a great swing. It was a defensive swing, but punched it through the right side, Tyler. With 2 outs, Barrett's going on contact. That ball's behind him the whole way. Was able to score easily. By the time that ball got to Zimmerman, Barrett had rounded third and was about 10 feet beyond the bag.
Well, a good job from Coach Polson as well at third base with 2 strikes, expecting a bad pitch. Had Barrett steal and got him in scoring position, and then a little single ends up scoring him.
Ty, you spent a lot of years over there coaching third base. What was your read when you're looking to send a guy home versus hold him up there?
Usually when the outfielder gets it, I felt like if, and it depends on the runner as well, but I felt like if I had a runner with good speed and he was at third base before the outfielder had the ball, it was going to be easy to go. Now, if I was getting greedy with like a Crew Erickson on the base pass, I might just send him no matter what. It's going to be another ground ball to the left side here. It's going to Bucad. Tough play from Bucad. Not in time as Jackson Bolender unable to get the ball in the glove. I don't think it would have been in time either way as that ball was thrown a little bit low. And now Springville, 3 straight base runners with 2 outs after getting the first 2 guys out. Averett's going to single. We're going to give him an infield single there. And now we have runners on first and second. With the sophomore, Milwaukee leads the team in RBIs, 20 RBIs on the year, 1 for 4 in the series. Hit into a double play in his first at bat. Fastball too far inside, moves the count at 1-0. Looked to be a good inning for the Wasp. All of a sudden has Springville threatening. 1-0 pitch, too far outside.
The story of this game's been 2-out hitting, right? Wasatch got their run with 2 outs and then a couple hits. Springville, same thing. Wasatch got the first 2 outs quickly and then responded with a few hits. Difference is Springville has been going singles and small ball stilling. Wasatch got theirs on a gap shot triple by Jackson Bolender.
3 out of the 4 hits that Wasatch have in the game coming with 2 outs. Springville with 3 straight singles. This one's elevated to left field at Tragan Shaw. That ball was smoked, but right at Tragan, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. As Springville able to score 1 run on 3 hits. No errors by Wasatch. 2 guys are left on base as we have a score of 1-1 here on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch Back Grill and Deli is a family-owned and operated business serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for over 7 years. For a burger with kick, try the Firehouse. Have a hankering for some seafood? Try fish and chips. Or try the Mandarin chicken salad. Their homemade recipes, freshly grilled burgers and sandwiches are complemented with unique sauces and homemade sides. They provide the best experience and highest quality food. Stop by today and try their great menu items. As a thank you to teachers, first responders, medical personnel, and military, get 15% off meals all year round.
Hi, this is Abby Covarrubias, the Wasatch High School Student Body President. Did you know that parents are the #1 reason kids don't drink? Believe it or not, teens still listen to their parents. In fact, kids usually listen to their parents more than anyone else, including their friends. Utah kids report the #1 reason they choose not to drink is their parents' strongest approval. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Parent Bonding Project.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Fourth inning action brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, founded in 1967 to provide quality mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties. Wasatch Behavioral Health is a comprehensive community behavioral health center. We offer a wide array of programs and services for children, teens, and adults. Craig McPhee is going to swing at the first pitch. It's going to be a fly ball to the pitcher who makes the catch. One pitch, one away here in the top of the fourth inning. Another pitching duel we have on our hands. Only one run for both teams. It's 1-1 as we go into the top of the fourth. Go back to the softball team, Ty. Again, a big win over Springville. Paige Armandaris. Strike one to Traegan Shaw. Charlie Clough, Briley Bigelow, and Paige Armandaris all with home runs yesterday for the Wasatch softball team in that 12-2 victory over Springville. Fastball in there for strike two as Traegan's going to swing and miss at that one. So an 0-2 count now with one out. Up at the eyes. Traegan can't lay off of it, and that's going to be strike three. That's the fourth strikeout of the game for Esplin. Wasatch now with 18 strikeouts in the series between Esplin and Barrett.
Yeah, and only 10-plus innings as well, Tyler. 18 strikeouts and 10-plus innings as we're only in the top of the fourth right now.
Carter Bucad comes up, flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Comes up with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Curveball swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop boots it. Carter going down the line. He'll make it. Reaches on an error to the shortstop, and Wasatch has a base runner with 2 outs. See if they can do what Springville just did, score some runs with nobody on with 2 outs. It's going to bring us to the top of the order.
See if they can make these errors count, right? The freebies, that was a big deal in game one. Barrett had a hit by pitch, a few walks. See if they can make this error count.
It's going to bring up Crew Erickson. He doubled to right field in his last at-bat. Struck out in his first. Had the winning run yesterday for Wasatch on an infield bunt. Takes strike one on the outside corner. 2 for 5 in the series with 1 run scored. 0-1 pitch, slide step from Esplin. It's going to be a drag bunt to the third base side. Luwaki was playing back. He doesn't have it in time. Another infield single as Crew Erickson lays down the perfect drag bunt down the third base side. And now Wasatch has a duck on the pond on second base and a runner on first with Alex Gutierrez coming up to the plate.
That's a bold call, Tyler. It's a good call, though. You're basically saying we're going to take this base runner to scoring position that you're just gifting to us right now, and we're going to bet that Gutierrez or Wilson can come up and get a hit to drive that run in.
Alex Gutierrez flew out to left field and then flew out to center field in his 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 4 in the series, has put the ball in play each time. Did have 1 walk in game 1. Takes ball 1 up in the zone. Esplin likes to work quick. Quick look, comes back with a curveball on the inside for strike 1. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Again, runners on first and second. Wasatch deadlocked at 1-1 here in the top of the fourth with Springville High School. Esplin delivers the 1-1. Another curveball too far up, moves the count to 2-1.
He's not landing that curveball low at all, Tyler. That curveball is consistently floating up in the zone.
He's gotten Wasatch to swing at it. Wasatch just elevated it.
And that's the thing, I guess what I'm saying here, Ty, is if I'm Wasatch, I'm hunting that fastball because the curveball is so loopy and slow, and it's coming across high. That's an easy pitch to recover and hit a line drive back up the middle. And so you're hunting fastball at this point if you're Wasatch, and then adjusting that curve as it comes.
3-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Big strike pitch there from Esplin, but that's going to bring the count to full. Runners should be going on delivery. Again, runners on first and second, 2 outs. Wasatch trying to push a run across to retake the lead here in the top of the fourth. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Big-time strikeout there from Esplin as Alex Gutierrez goes down swinging. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 error by Springville in the inning. 2 runners are left on base. 1-1 as we go into the bottom of the fourth.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how. Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Wasatch and Springville both 1 run on the board. Springville coming up to the plate. This inning brought to you by Dorius Dental. Dorius Dental offers no surprises of dental treatment with doctors Dorius and Proctor. Let Dorius Dental make your mouth smile. Learn more at DoriusDental.com. Today's sponsor of the Dorius Dental Scoreboard Update, where we are all tied up at 1.
Casey Anderson on the day has given up 5 hits, gave up the first run of the game in the last inning. Starts with a slider, not in there for a strike, too low. Batter is the catcher, Polson, 1 for 4 in the series, grounded out to Bucad his last time up. He's going to swing at the 1-0, pulls it down the third base side foul, moves down to 1-1. Polson had the lone RBI yesterday with Barrett on second base in the top of the 7th. The 1-1, slider too low again, moves the count to 2-1.
Todd, we talked about this a little bit last game, but unique look on this field down here. Bright red pitcher's mound, bright red home plate, turf that they've got embedded down here, but not the whole field, just the pitcher's mound and home plate.
2-1 pitch, too far inside as well, moves the count to 3-1. 3-1 pitch is swung on up the middle. It goes to Jack Blue. Jack Blue fields it, throws it to first, and Wasatch has 1 away after the ground out to the second baseman. Soccer team yesterday, on Tuesday, improved to 10-2 and 6-1 in region play with a 4-0 victory over Spanish Fork. Aiden Rouser had 2 goals in the match. Beto Vargas and Jackson Hanley both had goals as well. Jackson Medina earned the shutout in the goal. The Wasps will wrap up their 5-game road trip today at Maple Mountain before returning home next Tuesday. The softball team is currently playing at Provo. And I think the story of that one is how many innings are they going to play there. First pitch is going to be elevated to center field. Crew Erickson settling underneath it. Canicorn catch. And Wasatch has 2 away in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, again, a reminder, Crew Erickson playing center field, which traditionally has not been his position this season. He's been on left field starting up until last game. Peyton Swap is out for the second straight game with a back injury. Yeah, what a luxury you have to be able to move Crew over to center field, Ty. And you've got another one in Tragan Shaw that can very well do the same thing.
Ash is going to swing at the first pitch. Great play from Chet, Ty. He could have sat back on that ball. Instead, he comes and gets it, doesn't allow it to take a second hop, fields it, throws it to Jackson Bolender, and Wasatch will retire the side in order. Brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 1-1 here on 94.5 The Peak.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasps football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Already in the top of the fifth inning, it's 1-1 here at Springville High School. Your fifth inning brought to you by Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage. His team will help you find the perfect mortgage that fits your situation. It will be painless and easy.
Well, fifth inning has been the movement inning for Wasatch this season, Tyler. That is their best statistical inning as far as outscoring their opponents. Hopefully the stats will hold true in this one. Wasatch with 3-4-5 coming up. Feels like a good time to make a move.
Chet, after swinging to the first pitch in his first two at-bats, has now gone up 3-0 in this third at-bat. Some action happening over in the Springville bullpen, and it's going to be ball 4. So we talked about it last year, Ty. Esplin cruised through 4 innings last year, and then in the fifth inning, he walked a couple of guys, and Coach Polson yanked him.
It was a quick hook.
And Wasatch was able to score 3 runs that inning, as Wasatch earns a walk right off the bat. Jackson Bolender's going to come up. He's got an RBI triple in his first at-bat and singled to the left field side in his second at-bat. 2 for 2. Did not play yesterday. Back up to around 500 on the year for his batting average. He's going to square this time. He's going to take strike 1 on the bunt attempt. He pulled back, wasn't going to, it was a strike call. 0-1 count. Look down at Coach Jacobson. Jack Bluth on deck. Esplin pauses, delivers on a slide step, swung on. It's going to be a ground ball towards Coach Jacobson. And we have an 0-2 count now.
Well, you know, on that swing, Coach Jacobson's heart had to jump a little bit because, you know, he's playing the internal struggle. Do I bunt my four-hitter who's been the best guy as far as contact today, where that's traditionally what he wants to do schematically, or do you let him swing? Your worst-case scenario is if he hits into a double play when you're thinking you should be bunting here.
Pickoff move over to Chet Wilson. Not good and not in time, as we'll reset at 0-2.
He's playing the gut feeling, though. He's going to let him swing. Now 0-2. Obviously in a position where he needs to be swinging.
Esplin sets, delivers on a slide step, up in the zone. Chet tries to get picked off at first base, not in time, moves the count back to 1-2.
Well, you know, he doesn't try to get picked off. He's
sorry, the catcher tries to pick off Chet at first. As many times this team's
they have been picked off
year.
Quite a bit. You might be confused on that. Chet himself
we need to get to games a little bit sooner. 1-2 pitch also up in the zone, moves the count to 2-2. Esplin not missing close in this inning. He's been cruising. Springville again with action in the bullpen is a right-hander. Wasatch yet to face a righty this series. 2-2. Slide step delivery. This one's going to bounce. Chet's going to not take off. Bad read there from
Well,
Chet.
Ty, I think that was a bad read, but a lucky read because the catcher actually buried that thing right into his hand, and he would have had a good chance to throw him out. But it was such a short pitch. You're right, he should have been moving a little bit early on, but I think if he goes, he's got a chance to be thrown out there.
Full count pitch. It's a fastball. Jackson's going to hit it. It's a lazy ground ball to the third baseman. He throws it over. It's not in time. And now Chet Wilson is caught in between the base paths. It's going to get away from the third baseman as Chet gets bailed out as Chet tried to go from first to third because nobody was covering third and then stopped halfway in the base path. First baseman tries to throw it over, but it's not in time, actually not handled by the third baseman. So Chet goes from first to third, fortunately. How about the wills by Jackson Bolender as he legs out the single and then advances to second on the bad throw over to third base. 3 for 3 on the day now for Jackson Bolender. And now runners on second and third with nobody out. Jack Bluth at the plate. Walked and struck out so far in the game today. 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk. Going to take a fastball for strike 1.
This team this year has been so good at not being greedy. They've had good team at bats, and here it's simple. The infield's in for Springville. You just need to be in play. Contact, something up in the air, in play should get you a run.
It's a curveball right at the first baseman. Chet Wilson's not going to be able to advance, and Wasatch misses out on the opportunity. 1 out, no runs in. And that's going to bring up Cole Zimmerman. He had 1 of the 2 RBIs yesterday for the Wasps. See if he can do it again here in the top of the 5th with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Walked in his first at bat, grounded out to the first baseman. First baseman made a diving play. Infield still playing in. Coles takes a curveball up in the zone for ball 1.
That ball was kind of borderline the top of the zone, but the catcher is nearly standing up as he receives that. You're going to have a hard time getting those calls if your form as a catcher is not good back there.
Polson, I think, got a little bit lucky on that one. That was a fastball outside, and he stabbed at and was able to make the grab. Chet and Jackson will both stay at 2nd and 3rd. 2-0 count now to Cole Zimmerman with Craig McPhee on deck. Esplin digs a little bit in the glove, delivers the 2-0. Fastball, swung on and missed, moves the count to 2-1. 2-1, 1 out. Wasatch trying to take advantage of guys on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Already missed out on one opportunity. Another fastball swung on and fouled off again. Moves the count to 2-2. Zimmerman frustrated with himself on that one. Esplin's got a fastball that jumps on him for some reason. Wasatch has had a hard time getting on time with that fastball now for 2 years. And now has the count at 2-2. 2-2 count. Pitch. Hits the spot, but called ball, and that moves the count to full.
That, Ty, that was a good pitch. That was not something I would have been looking for, a fastball there. I would have looked over here and seen the previous at-bats from Cray and Tragan and thought, I've got some options here with the base open, see if I can get Cole to chase a little bit.
Payoff pitch is going to be a shallow fly ball to the shortstop, who's going to make the grab, and again, Wasatch with 2 runners on, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. They have a ground out to the first baseman and a pop-up to the shortstop as Esplin having himself a gutsy inning on the mound. And now it's going to take a 2-out hit by Craig McPhee to give Wasatch some runs here in the top of the 5th.
This is a momentum moment, Ty. If Springville can get out of this without giving up any runs, they'll have all the momentum swinging onto their side. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Wasatch has not cashed in yet.
Curveball in there for a strike. Cray's popped up to the pitcher and struck out today. Fastball high and inside for ball 1. Moves count to 1-1. Tragan Shaw on deck for the Wasps.
Craig McPhee's strength is when he's thinking back up the middle, Tyler. When he's hitting line drives, back up the middle is when his swing's at his best.
1-1. Fastball, big swing and miss. And that moves count to 1-2. Chet led off the inning with a 4-pitch walk. Jackson Bolender had an infield single, some bad throws, advanced runners to 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, and Wasatch hasn't been able to take advantage. The 1-2, and it goes off Craig McPhee's leg, and that'll load the bases. A hit by pitch, and that'll bring up Tragan Shaw.
Man, I had a flashback. Looked like his brother-in-law, Trent Sweat, who was a great catcher for Wasatch. Trent was so good when he got to 2 strikes of crowding onto the plate and just kind of getting his body in the way out there, and created that very thing. That ball probably shouldn't have been hitting him, but he just kind of shifted his body into the way of it, was able to get himself a free bag with 2 strikes on him.
Tad Sulcer is going to run for Craig McPhee at first base, and we're going to have a pinch runner, a pinch hitter. Kelson Stocking will be pinch hitting for Tragan Shaw here at the number 8 spot with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Kelson Stocking yesterday caught for the Wasps, was 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks and a walk, currently hitting .281 on the year with 6 RBIs.
So this is a matchup substitution here, Tyler. Kelson Stocking's a little bit better at swinging against a left-handed pitcher. In fact, I feel like he hits a little better against lefties than righties. Tragan struggled a little bit against lefties in this one early on. So Coach Jacobson's going to make a move and try to play the percentage numbers on this one, go righty on lefty.
The senior has the bases loaded with 2 outs. 1-1 the score. Curveball too far up. Moves the count to 1-0. Jackson Bolender, okay speed, just legged out an infield single. He's on 2nd. Chet Wilson on 3rd. And Tad Sulcer at first base. 2-0 after the high fastball. Esplin now up to
92 pitches.
92 pitches. This might be it for Esplin with the action over in the bullpen. The 2-0 to Stocking. Fastball in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1. Carter Bucott on deck, reached on an air to the shortstop in his last at bat and flew out to the right fielder. He's had 2 good at bats. The 2-1. Fastball in there for another strike. Moves the count to 2-2. Deuces, 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. 1-1 the score here in the top of the 5th. Kelson sets. Espelin in the windup, trying to get himself out of a jam. Delivers. Kelson checks, and they are going to call him out. Don't agree with it. I thought he held up, but he goes for the pitch on a check swing. And Wasatch, with runners on second and third and no out, come up scoreless after the strikeout there with 2 outs. Wasatch, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error by Springville in the inning. 3 are left on base. It's still 1-1 as we go into the bottom of the 5th.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Time for a Guild Mortgage 5th inning stretch. Guild Mortgage recap of the game so far. Right now, tied up 1-1 is the score. Wasatch and Springville heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. And how have we gotten to this point? Well, Tyler, we were walking in, got a little bit late here, trying to get down to this game. As we walked in, Jackson Bolender drove a triple to the right field gap, and that's the only run that Wasatch scored as Chet Wilson was standing on first from a single right before that. Wasatch got their 1 run in the 1st inning with 2 outs. Since then, 4 straight innings, they've gone scoreless. Springville, on the other hand, tacked a run on in the 3rd inning, again with 2 out hits. They got 3 singles with 2 outs, ended up getting a run in that inning. And that's all the scoring that we've had to this point. 1-1 is the score. Casey Anderson on the mound for Wasatch is dealing. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits given up, 1 strikeout, only 52 pitches thrown. But this feels like a big inning here, Ty.
Yeah,
Springville took that momentum back after getting runners on 2nd and 3rd and getting out of it without giving up a run.
8-9 and then the top of the order. And right now with the way Barrett is swinging and seeing the pitches, if any of these guys get on base, you got to assume that it's going to be a run in. Kelson Stockey, a couple of defensive substitutions here for the Wasps. Kelson Stocking now behind the dish. Craig McPhee is going to play second base, and Jack Bluth is going to go to left field. Cole Zimmerman will stay in right, so Tragan Shaw will come out of the game. Leadoff batter for Springville is Lister. Grounded out to the 3rd baseman in his last at bat. 0 for 13 on the year. Did not play yesterday for the Red Devils. He'll take ball 1. Swings at the 2nd pitch. Over the top of it. Moves the count to 1-1. 1-1 the score here in the bottom of the 5th. Another tight ball game between 2 Region 9 foes. A little update of Region 9 as we take a trip around Region 9. Spanish is currently taking on Maple Mountain. They won their first game 7-0 in that series. 3-1 now to the count. Salem Hills is taking on Provo. They won their first game 7-2. And then Wasatch won 2-1 against Springville in their first game. Game 2s are today. 3-1 is too low. And that's the first walk of the game. That's the 2nd freebie. First official base on balls of the series for the Wasatch pitching staff comes in the bottom of the 5th to the number 8 hitter. And that's going to bring up number 9, Thorpe. And you got to assume this is a bunt situation with Barrett on deck. Thorpe on the year, 2 for 4, only 4 at bats. He is going to square. He's going to try to bunt the curveball that's going to go towards the Wasatch dugout for strike 1.
A lot of people don't practice bunting breaking pitches, Tyler. When they bunt, they're usually squaring on just BP and laying a few down. Anderson going with the breaking pitch, threw off the hitter there. Thorpe didn't look like he was ready for that.
Pickoff move. Ooh, that was closer than it looked.
Bolender put the tag down quick, Ty. That was a good move. Not going to get the call.
Decent speed from Lister over there, playing right field today. Thorpe resets, grounded out to Chet in his last at bat. He's going to square again, and he's going to push it foul again. Coach Polson turns around in disgust.
Disgusted, isn't he? That's
moves the count 0-2.
Really, really poor form on that bunt above his hands, and he's jabbing at it, kind of trying to karate chop, if you will, with the baseball bat at the ball.
0-2 the count now with nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. Wasatch didn't take advantage of an opportunity. Swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to Cod. Double play opportunity. Craig McPhee to Jackson Bolender. Second 6-4-3 double play of the ball game as Carter Bucad rotates it to McPhee to Bolender. And Wasatch has 2 outs now here in
Don't you
the bottom
just
of the fifth.
feel a little bit for Coach Polson over there, Tyler? Like, he's just going to be beside himself. You know, he made the right statistical play, get the bunt down. The kid doesn't get the job done, and then he hits into a double play to make it worse. Couldn't have gone any worse for Springville in that scenario.
Brings up Barrett, who singled to the right center field gap and was hit by pitch in his first at bat. He ended up scoring after his single. That's the lone run that Springville has in the game. He's barreled a lot of balls today in this series already.
Well, and if baseball statistics hold true, you're going to have a single coming from Barrett right after this that would have scored a run if you would have executed. That just seems to be how baseball works. Rub salt in an open wound if you're Springville. The double play ball has been good to Wasatch this year, Tyler, especially in region play. They've utilized that well with a good defensive infield behind their pitchers.
1-1 comes back with the curveball, swung on and yanked foul down the right field side. Moves the count to 1-2. Casey ahead of Barrett here. What would you go with here, Ty? Seeing a lot of
I try to get
good.
him high inside is where I would go on him, but you've got to hit your spot. If you miss, he'll really hammer it. So you're talking above the belt inside.
1-2, tries to go curveball outside, too far outside, gets away from stalking, and that'll set up deuces. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
And you could there.
Doesn't want to throw him a fastball. Ty, he's gone off speed the last 3 pitches. Barrett playing left field today, coming off a 14 strikeout outing on the mound. Goes back with the curveball. That's too far up. As Barrett has reached base now 3 straight times, was hit by pitch, singled, and now a base on balls. Second base on balls of the inning. And that'll bring up Barrett singled, stole second, and then Esplin singled to right field to bring in the run.
Well, I'd expect some motion here, Tyler.
My call sheet just flew away from me, Ty.
I didn't know what that was going by me.
Ball one.
Too invested in the game over here. Was watching the dirt ball, Tyler. Had a dirt ball, and Barrett did not advance.
Slide step, ball 2. Casey looking a little fatigued here in the fifth. Hasn't thrown a lot after losing game 1, and then after losing game 1 to Salem, he comes back and gets the victory in that one as well. This is a hard, smoked ball to third base. Chet Wilson once again with a great play as it bounces right up to him, throws it across the diamond, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base for Springville. It's still 1-1 here on 94.5 The Peak.
We've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Another good one here between Wasatch and Springville. 1-1 as we go into the top of the 6th inning already. Wasatch Back Grill and Deli, a family-owned and operated business that has been serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for the past 7 years, is proud to bring you the top of the 6th. Up for the Wasps will be the number 9 hitter Bucad, then top of the order, Crew Erickson and Alex Gutierrez. Bucad reached on an error by the shortstop in his last at-bat, flew out to the right fielder in his second at-bat, 0 for 4 in the series. Esplin still on the mound. How many pitches is Esplin at, Ty?
That puts him at 96 after ball 1.
96, struggled in his last inning. Had a walk, a single, and a hit by pitch in the inning. But came back, got out of it, Ty. Second and third, nobody out, and Wasatch unable to score in the top of the 5th. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, moves the count to 1-1.
A little surprised they ran him out here for this inning,
I am
Ty.
too.
Approaching 100 pitches. You know you're going to need to make a change one way or the other.
Their number 3 guy, Ty Wright, is not available with a broken finger. 1-1 swung on and fouled off to the right side, moves down to 1-2.
Yeah, and that's big for them. They like to come to DeLamas in the relief spots like this, and they don't have them anymore.
Right.
And it doesn't look like they've got a lot of confidence in anyone else at this point.
1-2 pitch. Out of the windup is delivered. It's going to be a curveball. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman fields it, throws it across to first base, and that'll be one away for Springville here in the top of the 6th. Boys lacrosse got a good win, Ty, on Tuesday. Maple Mountain was number 1 in Region 9 after a 3-0 start, but they lost. Wasatch wins the game 7-6. Wasatch has now won 2 in a row. Owen Erker was named the player of the game for the Wasps. They will host Spanish Fork tomorrow at 5 p.m. at home at Wright Tree Stadium. Crew Erickson, top of the order now up. Crew, a couple of hits in today's game, a double to the right fielder and a single on a bunt in his last at bat. Takes strike 1. Or Scardy, was that ball 1?
Ball 1, yep.
Ball 1. Curveball is going to be a hard ground ball to the second or shortstop. Shortstop fields it on the backhand side, throws it across the diamond, and that's 2 away for Springville here in top of the 6th.
It's a good barrel, just right at the shortstop, and took a nice hop right up in front of his face, Tyler. Easiest ball for a shortstop to get there.
Alex Gutierrez now 0 for 5 in the series. Had a walk yesterday. Flew out to the left fielder, flew out to the center fielder, and struck out in his last at bat. Esplin trying to survive the 6th. Comes with a curveball, and that's in there for a strike. Remind our listeners, Ty, how many pitches before you need to take out a pitcher?
Yeah, 110 is what they'll give you, and you can go beyond 110 as long as you've started the batter before that. So essentially you get to 109 and you can keep going for one more batter.
Lazy ground ball to the second baseman is going to be fielded as Wasatch goes down in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. As we go into the bottom of the 6th, 1-1 still the score.
You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Bag Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Bag Flooring and Paints.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Wasatch and Springville tied up 1-1. Springville coming to the plate. 6th inning action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted as best donuts in Utah. Stop on into Camas and Mirror Lake Station today.
Infield single last time for Averett. Popped out to the second baseman his first at bat. He's 1 for 5 in the series with a strikeout, playing center field for the Red Devils. He goes down 0-2. Casey Anderson only giving up one run today, 3 runs in his last 2 outings. Up 0-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Averett's going to call time.
It's been a fast-paced game, Tyler. Only about an hour and 10 minutes into this thing. Already into the bottom of the 6th.
0-2 is going to be a fastball. It's almost the exact same spot. Bukaw's going to try to throw him out this time.
Oh, wow.
Pretty good play.
Hold him off.
Not in time. So the second infield single of the game for Avery, showing off some speed there. This time it comes with nobody on base and nobody out. So a leadoff guy on for Springville.
Ty, sorry for my excitement there, but Bukaw caught that ball in the hole, and I wasn't sure he had the arm strength to get it over there. Good quick release. Kind of threw it over like a quarterback throwing a football, which makes sense. He's played quarterback. Got it there really quick, but just a little bit off target.
Brings up Lauke, 0 for 2 today, into a double play. His first at bat, lined out to the left fielder in his second at bat. 1 for 5 in the series. Curveball, not in there. Looks like that was outside. Had a big strikeout yesterday in the 7th inning with the runner on second. Looks like Polson's going to go ahead and let him swing. 5 home runs on the year, 20 RBIs. Pickoff move's going to bounce over to Bolender. Bolender can't handle it. It's going to bounce away from him, and Averett's going to go from first to third. No, he's going to stop at second base. Give the air to Casey Anderson on that one. Not a good pickoff move, and Wasatch now has Springville has a duck on the pond with nobody out, and their best RBI guy up at the plate with 1-0 count.
Well, if you're Wasatch, you may just consider an intentional pass here, although he hasn't been that good at the plate in the series, Tyler. But he's clearly the biggest threat that Springville has.
Casey comes set 1-0. Guy on second base. Looks at the runner, kicks, delivers, high. Okay, thought about it, but he's going to hold back, and that's going to move the count to 2-0. Gutsy pitch there, a fastball up in the zone.
Yeah, to the second in the state in home runs, 5 on the year. Peyton Swap, number 1 with 6.
Takes the sign. The 2-0 is a curveball. Luque, he knew what he did on that one. Bad swing there. He swings and misses. That moves count to 2-1.
That's youth. He's still only a sophomore, Tyler, and he got to a fastball count and had made up his mind he was swinging no matter what, and he wasn't paying attention. I brought it up early in the broadcast. Casey's actually gone to that breaking pitch quite often when he gets to 2-0 in this game.
2-1 now the count to Luque. One look, delivers. It's another curveball, swung on and fouled out of play. Moves the count to 2-2. Speaking of leaders in the state tie, how about this for a stat line? Paige Armendariz, 636 batting average, 32 RBIs, 6 doubles, a triple, and 8 home runs.
You say 638?
Yeah, so 636. That's
7th.
7th in the state in batting average, 3rd in the state in home runs, and 9th in the state in RBIs is what Paige is.
It's amazing she's not leading the state in every category when you say those numbers.
2-2, high fastball, too far up, moves count to full. Her teammate, Andrea Sweat's not far behind her, tie. 5'12", batting average, 19 RBIs, 5 home runs. Briley Bigelow, 5'11", batting average, so 3 Wasatch players above 500 on the year for the softball team. Full count now with the runner on second base to Luque. Casey, big, deep breath, and Luque's going to call time. Kendall Purdy having himself a good year as well, 391 with 10 RBIs and a couple of triples on the year.
Yeah, that softball team got a pretty dominating victory on Tuesday, Tyler. 10 running Springville.
3-2 pitch. It's a curveball. It's swung on. It's driven to left center field. Jack Bluth won't get over to it. Springville will take their first lead of the series on the single by Luque to left center field. Still nobody out after the RBI single by Luque. Wasatch will be down to 3 outs in the top of the 7th, regardless how this one goes. It's going to bring a chip to the mound from Coach Watkins. Brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Again, best donuts in the state of Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. New owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station.
Gives us a chance for a Gordon Law Group stat recap, Tyler. Wasatch on the game, 6 hits, 3 going to Jackson Bolender, 2 singles, 1 triple for Jackson. 2 hits also going to Crew Erickson, a bunt single and then a double. And then your final hit to Chet Wilson, who has scored Wasatch's only run on the Bolender triple. In comparison, Springville on the game, that was now their 6th hit after getting 2 more in this inning. All 6 hits for Springville have been singles. They've kind of had to earn their way around the diamond, but they've returned the favor. Wasatch got a win 2-1 on Tuesday against the Red Devils, and that's where it sits right now. Springville leading 2-1 over Wasatch in the bottom of the 6th inning right now.
It's going to bring up Polson. RBIs have been few and far in between for the Red Devils in the series, but he has one of them. He has grounded out twice today, once to the shortstop and once to the second baseman. Nobody out. We do have a pinch runner in for Luque at first base. Pit bunts up. It's elevated down the down the third base side. It's going to take a hop foul, and we'll reset with 1 strike. Springville has not been good at getting bunts down today. That's their 4th attempt, and they're 0 for 4 in all of their attempts at getting a bunt down. All of Springville's hits have come from 1, 2, 3, and 4 hitters. They have no hits from the 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9 spots. Another bunt is outside. Polson will pull back. Kelson Stocking's going to try to pick off the guy at first. Not in time, and we'll reset at 1-1. Casey sets, 1-1 count, delivers. It's a curveball, good bunt. Casey, nobody's going to be able to get it. Nobody's covering third base, as all 3, third baseman, pitcher, and catcher, were all at home. And it's going to be an infield single for Polson on the bunt that went right in front of that red turf.
It's a pretty good bunt, Tyler, and you're wondering how does a ball like that go for a base hit, though? And that ball is the catcher's ball to jump up on that thing. Kelson didn't get a good explosive jump up from behind the dish, and the third baseman's crashing. And you don't expect your third baseman to come in 80 feet on that ball, which is about where he needed to, and your pitcher's not going to come field it either. So that's got to be a catcher's ball. He's got the angle. Kelson just was a little rushed and couldn't get his grip on it, Ty. Now Springville's really in business. I go right back to the bunt if I were Coach Polson here.
First and second. Nobody out still here in the bottom of the 6th. Already one run across. That gave Springville their first lead of the series at 2-1. Another speed-up runner for the catcher. Polson comes in. So first and second, nobody out. Another bunt. It's going to be down right back to Casey. Casey's going to try to get the runner at third. What a play by Casey Anderson as they get the leadoff guy at third. Carter Bucad covering third base. So after a sketchy bunt coverage on the one before, Casey Anderson makes a heck of a play there to get the leadoff guy. And Coach Polson's upset, and rightfully so, Ty. Nobody was paying attention to third base on the bum before. That runner should have been on third base. He got to second base and put his head down, and Coach Polson was yelling at him to come to third.
Well, it didn't
happen.
I'll tell you who was paying attention on that play, though, Tyler. Carter Bucad again on the full sprint before Casey delivered that ball as soon as he recognized the bunt, and that's a big deal because then he got there and settled at third, and Casey could turn and fire a bullet rather than trying to hit Carter in stride as he's running over. That play doesn't work unless both those guys are doing their job. Casey jumping on the ball quickly, Carter sprinting over to third.
Now one out. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Ash. Struck out his first at-bat, grounded out to the third baseman in his second at-bat. Wasatch could use another double play. They've turned 2 6-4-3 double plays today. Wasatch will have Wilson, Bolender, and Bluth up in the top of the 7th to try to tie this thing up and extend it. Fastball inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Ash. Jackson Bolender playing just in front of the runner at first base. Chet Wilson playing even with the bag. Your outfield right now, Jack Bluth, Crew Erickson, and Cole Zimmerman. Casey Anderson sets, delivers. It's a curveball too far outside. It gets away from Kelson, and the runners will advance to second and third with one out. 2-1 the count, 2-1 the score. One out with runners on second and third. So you got the leadoff guy on the bunt, but just like that, you get what you wanted anyway. Second and third with one out now for the Red Devils. Ash up. Wasatch is going to cut it off with their infield. Casey back into the windup, delivers. Fastball, it's elevated into shallow second base. Crew Erickson, or Craig McPhee was playing in. Cole Zimmerman comes up, makes the catch. They're going to try to tag it home. He did. I think they ought to check to see if he left too early. I think he made the catch, so it is going to go down as a sac fly. That runner got in there pretty quick. Good job there from Polson, recognizing the Crew had to make the sliding catch. That's an unfortunate there as Craig McPhee was playing up. If he's not playing up, it's an easy catch. But now the score 3-1 after the sacrifice fly. Casey delivers the curveball. It's a grind drive up the middle. Runner's going to try to score from second. Crew Erickson with a great throw home as the third base, the runner's actually going to stop at third. Good job there from Crew Erickson getting it in quick. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. 3-1 the score for the Red Devils. Single there from Lister. That's his first hit of the year for the right fielder. It's going to bring up this designated hitter Thorpe. Kelton Stocking going to call time. Gives the first and third defense call. Wasatch has some work to do, down 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Runner on first and third. Springville still threatening. Another single would bring in at least one more run. Swung on, fouled off. Moves count to 0-1.
These last couple hitters swinging early for Springville. Could be something Wasatch should recognize. Try to keep them off balance early on in the count.
Nice curveball in there for a strike. Freezes the hitter. Moves the count to 0-2. This is a big out here. On deck is Barrett, who's reached base all 3 times. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Casey Anderson comes set. Runner does not go. Fastball. It's going to be a fly ball in foul territory. Jackson Bolender going over. Not able to get it before it runs into the fence. Moves the count, or keeps the count at 0-2.
That ball's a scary area down there where that foul ball is going. Springville moved their fences back years ago, and the lights on this field are actually in play on that side of foul territory. So you get these runners or players that are going towards balls with a giant metal pole in the field of play. Bolender was getting down in that territory. Ball fell in about 20 feet before the pole, though, so no harm, no foul.
Coach Polson's going to call out a number on the wristband, possibly see some action here with the runner on first base. Casey delivers, runner does go. It's going to be a curveball down the third base side, foul, and we'll reset again at 0-2.
Yeah, a strategy here. Thorpe is your 9-hitter, not a very good average. Tyler, he's had a couple chances to hit him in, and now you're thinking the numbers, maybe we'll try to steal a run across home plate from third. You can start the runner early, see if you can get Wasatch into a chaotic defensive situation. And the runner was in motion there. He did not leave early.
0-2 now the count. Casey delivers. Another runner will go again. Kelson thought he had a strike there, so he froze instead of trying to throw the runner out. Instead, the runner will advance to second and third. 1-2 the count to the hitter. So now 2 ducks on the pond. Single possibly brings in 2. 1-2 the count. 3-1 the score. Casey delivers. Gets him swinging at a ball in the dirt. Kelson's going to have to throw it to first base. Does so. So Wasatch gets out of it, but not before Springville scores 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. 2 runners are left on base. Wasatch has 3 outs. They got to score 2 to extend it. 3-1 the score here at Springville High. You're listening to 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch Back Grill and Deli is a family-owned and operated business serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for over 7 years. For a burger with kick, try the Firehouse. Have a hankering for some seafood? Try fish and chips. Or try the Mandarin chicken salad. Their homemade recipes, freshly grilled burgers and sandwiches are complemented with unique sauces and homemade sides. They provide the best experience and highest quality food. Stop by today and try their great menu items. As a thank you to teachers, first responders, medical personnel, and military, get 15% off meals all year round.
Hi, this is Abby Covarrubias, the Wasatch High School Student Body President. Did you know that parents are the #1 reason kids don't drink? Believe it or not, teens still listen to their parents. In fact, kids usually listen to their parents more than anyone else, including their friends. Utah kids report the #1 reason they choose not to drink is their parents' strong disapproval. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Parent Bonding Project.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
7th inning action brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. Super good barbecue. Nachos on Sunday are amazing. Definitely are going to eat more than you probably should when you go over to Gucci Goo Barbecue. Wasatch down to their last 3 outs, down 3-1 here in the top of the 7th. On the mound now for the Red Devils is the sophomore Lauke. He's their #3 starter, Ty. 24 innings pitched, a 3.79 ERA, 44 strikeouts in those 24 innings pitched. Good fastball there. It's in there for a strike.
Yep, the strategy for Springville is we're going to get this win right now.
Go get a win.
We're not going to play for tomorrow. Going to get this one.
Another fastball, too far up, moves count to 1-1. Red Devils wanted a strike call on that one as well. Good fastball here from Lauke. Not sure where we're at on the gun, but he's got a good fastball. 1-1 the count. Bright future for Springville. A couple of good sophomore arms and bats that are in the lineup from Barrett and Lauke. The 1-1. Nice curveball as well in there for a strike. Moves count to 1-2. Probably going to be. Comes with a fastball, high and outside. Moves count to 2-2. Nice curveball, freezes Chet, too far outside, moves the count to full. Full count pitch is swung on, and it's going to be a single through the 5-6 hole as Wasatch has the first guy on.
Some youth for sure. The emotion on that one from Lukai on the mound, Tyler, was hands to the head, surrender Cobra right after. And he looks to be emotional here. Maybe a base runner will get him into a spot that he's not as comfortable. Jackson Bolender coming up, been the best hitter for Wasatch so far today, 3 for 3 with 3 hits, 2 singles, 1 double, 1 triple. I keep calling it a double, and I can't rob Jackson of his triple, Ty.
Swings at the first pitch, and it is fouled off. Moves the count to 0-1 to Jackson Bolender. Wasatch with a single to lead off the inning between the 5-6 hole. First hit of the day for, second hit of the day for Chet Wilson. He's going to try to pick off Chet at first base, not in time. Top of the 7th, Wasatch leading 3-1. Sorry, Wasatch down 3-1. Sorry, Wasatch down 3-1. So used to this Wasatch team having the lead. Another pickoff move, not in time, over to Chet at first base. Jack Bluth on deck for the Wasps. Jackson Bolender sets. 3 for 3 today with 2 singles and a triple. Long pause, the 0-1, curve ball. Ooh, called a strike, and that ball is in the dirt. Coach Jackson Bolender not sure about that one. And that moves the count to 0-2. Gonna call the umpire getting fooled on that one. Don't agree with that one. Neither does the Springville coaching staff as they turn their heads and discussed it a little bit as well. 0-2 the count now with a runner on first. Jackson Bolender sets. Lauke sets. 2, 3 looks, now 4, now 5. He'll step off the back of the mound and we'll reset. On the score, the pitch, fastball, down the middle for a strike 3. I don't know if it was down the middle, but it was down in the zone a little bit, but that's a backwards K there for Bolender, and that's going to bring up Jack Bluth with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. For those of you listening, remote connection's a little bit off, it sounds like. Don't have great coverage here at Springville High right now. Apologize for the delays.
Yeah, Ty, this is terrible timing, but we're going to take a second to step away for a quick station identification and see if we can get this redone so you can actually hear how the 7th inning is ending. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasps football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
All right, we're back at it. We're going to see if we can get this thing going. Jack Bluth is going to swing at the two-strike pitch. It's going to be down in the zone. He's going to run to first base. Esplin's going to gather it up, and that's going to be 2 outs now here in the top of the 7th. We apologize for the connection. Not sure what happened to our internet connection. We're still trying to battle it. I know it's probably still a little rough. But now Wasatch back K's by Jackson Bolender and Jack Bluth, and Wasatch is 1 out away from fall. 3-1 the count, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Springville up 3-1, back pick, not going to make the attempt as Chet will go back to second base. Tying run to the plate for the Wasps is Cole Zimmerman. Cray McPhee on deck for the Wasps. Luque comes set. Delivers the 0-1. Curveball, Cole not close, moves the count to 0-2. 0-2 the count. Wasatch trying to hold on. Currently 8-2 in region play. Luque with a little bit of a smirk on the mound is going to shake off the catcher. Comes back with this one. Goes back to the grand. The 0-2. Fastball fouled off by Cole, and we'll reset at 0-2. Game 3 will be tomorrow at Wasatch High School. Wasatch has won every series so far in Maple, but then won 2 games to 1 against Provo and 2 games to 1 against Salem. The 0-2, Luque, 2 looks, kicks, delivers, fastball, outside, ball 1. 1-2 now the count to Cole. Junior on the day has a walk, a single, grounded out to the first baseman and then popped up to the shortstop. This game came down to that inning where Wasatch had second and third, nobody out, and weren't able to get the run in. Bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. 2-2. Catcher's going to come and talk to the pitcher. Two, 2 outs. 3-1 the count, or 3-1 the score. Down to their last out. The 2-2 fastball swung on and missed as Luque, after giving up a leadoff single, strikes out the next 3 batters, and Wasatch, after winning 2-1 in Game 1, falls 3-1 in Game 2, and we'll have the rubber match tomorrow at Wasatch High School. Wasatch falls 3-1 here at Springville High School behind a good pitching display from Esplin and Luque. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have, well, we're not sure with the internet connection. We'll just go ahead and I'm going to send it to a commercial. We'll see if we'll have an Ace Hardware postgame show after this.
I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch Wasp Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports.
Welcome back to Wasatch Baseball. Wasatch falls 3-1 to Springville here in Game 2. It's been a pitching duel for the ages right now in this series. Only 2 runs scored for Wasatch in the first game, but that was good enough to win a 2-1 victory. And then in this one, Wasatch only pushes 1 across. And it came in the first inning. They went scoreless the rest of